everyone, what is going on? So we have more Fusion Cup battles. What else is new, guys? Waiting for that new cup announcement. I know it's still early, but I'm expecting it probably towards the end of next week. Just speculation. I'm super hyped for it, but we're not going to talk about it now because it's not available now. So we're going to talk about this video. So let's see, I'm going up against two different opponents. My first opponent is my friend So Confused. So, yeah, I mean, he's a relatively new player to PvP. I've known him since I joined the Discord, but he started, I believe, in the Cliffhanger Cup. But he's been following PvP, so he knows what's been good, and he knows about all the cups. But he hasn't really been playing since. I think it was Cliffhanger, and then he started to get into it in Season 2. But he's really good for being relatively new to the game. He's a really, really good player. And that's always nice to see, you know. So, yeah, let's take a look at his team. He has Venusaur, Blanzang, Wishcash, Cloyster, Wigglytuff, and Noctowl. And my team is going to be that Noctowl, Blanzang, Shiftry, Cloyster, Alolan Marowak, and Wishcash. And in my last video, I made a mistake. I said Icy Wind debuffs the attack twice by 2 stages. It actually only debuffs it by 1. I made a mistake. I was wrong about that. So I do apologize for the misinformation in the last video. Thank you to somebody that corrected me. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, it only debuffed it by 1. I thought it debuffed it by 2. Imagine if it did, it would be a whole lot better. But it's still a very solid Pokemon in general. So, yeah, let's see what happens in these games. So we get hit with a Mud Bomb. And we're going to go ahead and shield that, not wanting to take any chances. I knew because that was a Mud Bomb that this would be a Mud Bomb. So we're going to be able to take it and get off the Leaf Blade against his Pokemon right now, which is going to be met with a shield, as expected. But I'm pretty safe at this point. There's really no way he could get to a Blizzard. And even if he could, I had a shield, so it didn't really matter. So we do go ahead and take this game 1. So it was a very good game. That was a very good game. So yeah, we're going to jump into another game in just one moment. And I'm going to lead, let's see what I lead with, Cloyster. So I think I've been leading with Cloyster quite a bit in these battles. Not every game, but I've been leading with it just to see how it works. Now, I'm really enjoying the performance, if you couldn't tell in the last video. I'm enjoying it for this video as well. I wanted to get another video with Cloyster out just because that's how much I enjoyed it. You know, I'm not only going to focus on Cloyster until the next cup, but I did want to focus on it now. So he does have Bronzong charging up for that Hydro Pump. I do go ahead and get off the Hydro Pump against him. And I was not expecting a shield, so he doesn't shield. And he actually told me that he was surprised at how much Hydro Pump did to Bronzong after the game. And honestly, I'm not really surprised about that because Hydro Cannon is a powerful move. It's stab. So, yeah, doesn't really surprise me that it did that much to a Bronzong. It's neutral to Bronzong, right? And, yeah, that's another reason I love Cloyster. If they decide to shield and you go for the Icy Wind, that is going to be a debuff. If you go for the Hydro Pump and they don't shield, that's going to be a lot of damage. He's going to hit me with an Icy Wind. I'm going to go ahead and shield that. That would have knocked me out because Shiftry is super squishy. We're going to go ahead and block it. Again, getting another debuff, so that's a little bit annoying. But we do get off the Leaf Blade because of the double debuff. I did not think this would knock it out, as it doesn't. So I did call that one correctly, where it doesn't knock it out. And man, Cloyster is just a powerhouse, guys. So I bring in Cloyster of my own. I don't have any shields left, but I don't think I would have shielded this anyway. Definitely an Icy Wind, definitely no reason to shield it. It lowers my attack, but shielding wouldn't have prevented that. Do you guys think that shield should prevent this stage drop? I kind of think that maybe the shield should prevent them. I know they don't, but you know, in my opinion, maybe they should. I don't know. How do you feel about that, guys? Because in the main games, if you use Protect, it blocks all the attacks, and you're not going to get a debuff or a buff if you use Protect in the main game. So I don't know how I feel about that. I'd have to think about it. But either way, I'm okay with how it works now. I'm just curious what you guys have to think about that. Maybe that's for a different video. We could have a discussion video on topics such as that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and be able to finish off this Noctowl. So we do go ahead and take that game as well. So, yeah, that was a really good game. So let's jump into another one. I think this is the last game against So Confused, and then I think we're going up against Matty F. Baby. So I lead with my Noctowl, and he leads with his Wishcash. You do have to watch out, obviously, Blizzard, although I know Noctowl can take a Blizzard, so you do have to watch out for it, but it could still take it. We're going to pull the switch into Cloyster. He's going to actually go ahead and save that energy, so nice play on his end. I do decide to charge up to the Hydro Pump and go for the Icy Wind since he knows how much Hydro Pump does. Now, thinking he might shield it, he does not, so he calls my bluff. So nice play on his end. However, we are still lowering his attack, so that's always a good thing. He will shield that though, so maybe he thought the second attack was going to be that Hydro Pump. So at least we got one shield. I wasn't expecting to get it the second time, but at least we did get it. Able to tank that Psy Shock thanks to that double debuff. So yeah, I just love Icy Wind. You know, obviously Dugong being the better way to go, but it's not available for the Fusion Cup. It's banned. So we're going to take that Psy Shock, and then he'll bring in his Wish Cash. Going to hit me with a charge move. I don't want to risk a Blizzard. It is going to be a Blizzard, so we do shield that up. I could have taken that Blizzard, but I didn't want to, so I didn't. You know, anyway, we're going to hit him with a Mud Bomb, and then we're going to switch out, and we do successfully catch what I think is going to be a Mud Bomb. It is a Mud Bomb, so I was correct about that, and that is really good for us because he wasted his energy, and we're able to finish him off. Don't know if he had enough for a Blizzard. Actually, probably not, right? He probably didn't have enough because he had to use the Blizzard, so I'm pretty sure he didn't. But he hits us with the Psy Shock, able to take it. And we do charge up to the Nightshade, and this Nightshade should be able to finish off this Bronzong just fine. As it does, he opts not to use his shield, bringing in that Venusaur. So, wow. We get to the Sky Attack. Obviously, the shield has to come out. We miss a couple bubbles. That's okay because I knew the shield was going to come out anyway. It had to, unless if he was going to give up the game. So I do switch into my Wish Cash. And I decided to let it go down because I wanted to take his energy. So then I bring in my Noctowl, and he gets off a charge move. And I'm going to go ahead and shield this one up. And that will be a Sludge Bomb. And then we're able to just about get to this Sky Attack. A safer play might have been to switch into the Wish Cash, which is what I did. And then blocked his Frenzy Plant. And then maybe try and get to a Blizzard. But I don't think I would have been able to get to a Blizzard before he was able to get to another Frenzy Plant. So that probably wouldn't have been a good idea. So the only way I could have won was doing that, probably. But either way, we do go ahead and win it. So now jumping in against one of my favorite PvP content creators, love him, Matty F Baby. It was such a pleasure to meet him in Richmond. Can't wait to see him in Orlando. I will leave a link to his YouTube and Twitter down below in the description, so definitely go ahead and check out this awesome guy. Such a pleasure to hang out with and talk to. The conversation, like when you're talking to Matty in person, the conversation just flows. You know, it doesn't die, it just keeps on going. He's awesome to chill with. But either way, let's go ahead and jump into the games. We'll take a look at Matty's game. It's going to be that Venusaur, Alolan Marowak, Altaria, Heracross, Frostlass, and Swampert. So he did say he wanted to try out Swampert. He told me that after the battles that his goal was to test out Swampert. So totally fine. Totally fine. So I have my Shift Tree against his Frostlass. He's going to hit me with, obviously, an Avalanche. I am going to allow my Shift Tree to go down. I knew it would go down. I knew that would knock me out. But I was okay with it. I bring in my Noctowl, trying to get to a Sky Attack before he is able to get to an Avalanche. I knew it wouldn't happen. So he gets to an Avalanche. And I'm going to go ahead and shield it. He does switch into his Swampert. I'm going to go ahead and get off the Sky Attack now. I know it's going to do a lot. The one thing about Swampert is you have to keep in mind Hydro Pump is still a powerful move, but it did get a debuff. So it's not as powerful as it used to be. But as you can see, we're actually able to take that. If it didn't get the debuff, we wouldn't have been able to take it. Gonna kind of force him to use his energy. I guess he could have tried to faint me down, but I might have been able to get to the Hydro Cannon. Not Hydro Cannon, Icy Wind, so I guess he was afraid of that. But I am going to go in with my Sky Attack against his Swampert, and that will knock out Swampert, so that's good for us. And now he'll bring in Venusaur, so I assume it's going to be a Sludge Bomb. We could take a Sludge Bomb. I knew I could take a Sludge Bomb. I can't take another one, but I could take one. So he actually switches into Frostlass, and we're able to get off the Sky Attack. Once I saw the switch, I immediately clicked on the Sky Attack, and then we're able to farm down this Venusaur. Even if he didn't switch, I think we still would have won it because we would have farmed down the Venusaur and then had the Sky Attack for the Frostlass that came in. So regardless, I think we had that one. But either way, let's jump into the next game. I switch up my lead to Noctowl. He has his Heracross. Definitely positive for me. Expecting the immediate switch. I am going to go in with my Cloyster. I didn't really have a super great switch in. I mean, You know, it's not great. It's not like we had a fire type like a Alolan Marowak with us, so nothing. Even that wouldn't be super great because of the Shadow Ball. Anyway, I do take the Shadow Ball from the first attack. This next attack, I am going to go ahead and shield up. It will be that Avalanche, so that's fine. I am going to bait him with the Icy Wind. I do charge up to the Hydro Pump. I thought he would shield this, but he does not, so nice play on his end. So because of that, I'll just go for back-to-back Icy Winds. So I do go for a second one, and not quite enough to knock him out, but we're able to feint him down, so that's really good for us, although we are down a shield. Heracross comes in, couldn't get to another Icy Wind, which is unfortunate, but it's okay, because we have Noctowl with Sky Attack. Now, he does not shield this one, he lets Heracross go down. I was kind of expecting the shield, but he decides not to. I do switch into my Wish Cache, and he is going to go ahead and get off what I assume to be Hydro Cannons. Even if he has Earthquake on his Swampert, Hydro Cannons are still the way to go, in my opinion. So he is going to just go for those Hydro Cannons. I do get off Mud Bombs. I have to start taking these shields away if I want to try and win. So he is going to go ahead and get off another Hydro Cannon, which will knock out my Wish Cache. So it's all up to my Noctowl. So we do go ahead and get off that Sky Attack. He will shield that one. Kind of expected him to. I am going to go ahead and shield this. And is going to be a Hydro Cannon. Now, I was pretty sure I could live another Hydro Cannon because they nerfed it, right? So I was pretty sure Noctowl could take this. If they didn't nerf it, we would have lost that. But because they did, we're actually able to win. We get off the Sky Attack, so way to go, Niantic. Thanks for helping me. Thanks for the nerf. No, just messing around. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that Hydro Cannon would definitely knocked out my Noctowl. No doubt about it. But after the nerf, we're able to take it. So good game, Maddie. And we're going to jump into one more game against Maddie. So I will lead with Cloyster. He leads with Altaria. Absolutely amazing for me. I know the switch is coming. Going to be into Frostlass. I think about it for a little bit. I decide to switch into my Alolan Marowak. Now, I think I make a couple of mistakes in this situation, so let's see. So I do throw up the shield. It's going to be an Avalanche, so that's fine. And then I click on Bone Club, so it's actually a CMP tie. So I throw up my second shield. I don't know if I should have used both shields or if I should have allowed him to go down. Although in this situation, I just don't click any bubbles deliberately because I wanted to be able to farm him down. I didn't think he would be able to get to another charge move before I'm able to farm him down. I was correct about that. So we are able to regain our energy. That was ultimately the goal. So I do go ahead and go for the Shadow Ball. Maybe I should have bluffed. I kind of thought about it, but he wasn't falling for my bluffs like the previous game, so I decided not to. So before I go down, before he gets to a Hydro Cannon, I decided to just throw a Bone Club and switch out into Shift Tree. Now, I guess I could have charged up to Shadow Ball, but I thought he would throw a Hydro Cannon and knock me out. So he goes for a Sludge Wave, and I did not expect that at all. I'm like, okay, Shift Tree, because I thought he could get off 2 Hydro Cannons, and I was pretty sure a Shift Tree could live 2 Hydro Cannons. But because he has Sludge Wave, obviously going to go Sludge Wave. Shift Tree cannot live that. So he actually totally knocks out my Shift Tree. So nice play on his end. Obviously, I didn't see that coming. You could call that a mistake. I just didn't expect it. I thought it was going to be Earthquake or Muddy Water even. I did not think about Sludge Wave. Anyway, we do go ahead and debuff him with Icy Wind. He will get off a Sky Attack. Because of the debuff, we're going to be able to take it. And we're going to be able to finish him off with Cloyster. Thanks to the debuff. Otherwise, that Sky Attack would have knocked us out. But regardless, those were good games, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you so much for checking out my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, check out one of my other videos that you'll probably enjoy.